Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Drew's boots. Drew's loggers boots to be specific. They just came out with a new line of logger boots and I wanted to check them out. So I got a pair. So I'm going to unbox these right now. They've been in business since 1918. Been making fine quality boots since then. So I'm going to unbox these right now and show you these bad boys. This is the 10-inch logger boot, all rough out, with the exception of the gusseted tongue is smooth. And there's the other boot. Get the box out of the way. Yeah, here we go. So like I said, this is a 10-inch logger boot. It's got a gusseted tongue all the way up to the top of the boot, right? Leather laces. You've got your eyelets and your speed hooks coming all the way up to the top, which is a nice little touch there. Most other brands are putting the eyelet at the top, which I never use, but the speed hook at the top is pretty cool. It's got double row stitching, all right, white stitching, which is pretty cool with the black. Kind of gives it a pop of white. I know they won't stay that way forever once you start getting them dirty, but when you first initially put them on, it's pretty neat. It's got the Vibram 100 lug sole with the white X on it here. So that means it's fire and chemical resistant, right? Or, you know, heat and chemical resistant. It's also a little softer component than the standard 100 lug sole, which is a little harder material. So these aren't going to be as bad to stand on all day long. They will be a little squishier. This is such a beautiful boot. I'm going to come up and give you an up close view of that. Just how well that's made. So what I wanted to do is, I've been dealing with Baker Boots, who owns Drew's Boots, for 10 years. I'm blessed enough to live about an hour away from them, and that's where I've been getting my boots for years and years, about 10 years. So when I saw ads for their new logger boot, I was very curious, and I went in there a couple weeks back and I tried the boot on. So the gentleman down there, which helped me out with the sizing and whatnot, as soon as I put the boot on in my hand, I knew the quality of this boot was just as good or better than any other Pacific Northwest boot. I could just feel it in my hand. It's very stout. That leather is stiff, because you're looking at a 7.5 to 8 ounce leather, full grain leather on this boot. So it is going to take some time to break in, just like any other well-made, handmade boot. The thing that's a little different about this is it has 55, there's the paperwork on it. It has a 55-1 or /1 last. So what they did was they changed the last on the 55 to make it more comfortable and break in a little easier, and you're going to get a wider toe box off of that and a little more room with your toes, so your toes aren't going to touch the top of the boot. So this should be a lot more comfortable and a lot more room for you in there. I think that's been a problem with that 55 last for me. I haven't really been the biggest fan of it, because it is a little narrower and it is a little shorter, so your toes touch. And I don't know, for me personally, it just doesn't feel like a comfortable boot for an all-day deal. But when I put my foot into this boot, I instantly felt my foot drop down into that boot and had a lot more room for my toes to wiggle around. My toes weren't touching the top of the boot. That's a great improvement on this boot. It's also super thick leather. So I know they say 7.5 to 8 ounces in their advertisement, but I want to be very transparent. This is a sponsored video. So I went down and spoke with Kyle, one of the brothers down there at Baker's Boots, who owns the facility, and they also own Drew's Boots. I told him I had an idea. I wanted to get 2 pairs of their boots and exclusively wear them for 1 year. I wanted to get a black pair of rough out and a brown pair of rough out. And I want to switch the boots every day, because it's a good idea to wear this boot one day, let it breathe, wear another boot, and just swap your boots. So, you know, the sweat has time to dry out. Put some cedar trees in there, let the boot rest for a day, and then come back to it the next. So I wanted to alternate boots for 1 year. So after this video, I'll do another video on the brown rough outs that I'm getting from them, but that's going to be an 8-inch that they've came out with a brown rough out with the smooth top, but 8-inch logger. And I'm going to exclusively wear their boots for 1 year. And throughout the process, I'm going to be doing monthly updates. I'm going to be doing maintenance videos. I'm going to be doing comparison videos. And I'm going to wear them for 1 year with everything that I do. And I'm talking from hiking, working, fishing, camping, and just everyday life. I'm going to wear these boots. I do everything: electrical work, roofing. I do remodel a lot of buildings and whatnot. So, and I have a large property that I maintain. So I'm going to put these boots and the other pair that I'm going to pick up from Kyle down there in about a week. And I'm going to put them through the paces for a year. And then after a year, I'm going to go and talk with Kyle. I'm going to let him know what I liked about the boots and if there was anything that I felt could improve. But I can tell you this right off the bat, owning a lot of other brands of this high quality, I can't tell any difference as far as quality goes. In fact, these are built so nice and so refreshing to see that they actually, you could tell they cared when they made them. So these are made in Leon, Mexico. They're not made in the U.S. And I talked with Kyle for a long time in his office and sat down there and we spoke about this boot. It was his brainchild to come up with a boot that everybody could get immediately, because the problem has been lately is boot world is blown up, and to get another pair of boots from a major Pacific Northwest company, you're looking at anywhere from 6-8 months. If you're doing custom work, you could go all the way up to 10-11 months. And then you're stuck with whatever you've got on your feet until then. Well, Kyle came up with an idea of how can I make a quality boots and still get them on the feet of people who need a quality boot. So he went down to Mexico several times, finding the right folks to build this boot for him. He found a nice small family-owned company that would take their time, make the boot well. And the cowhides themselves are from the United States or Canada. And then it's shipped, all the leather is made in US or comes sourced from the US and also Canada, and it ships down to Mexico where they put these boots together. And they're doing a fine job. So, with today's world and trying to get things done in the United States, sometimes that takes, a lot more money than it does doing it outsourced. But, there's certain places that you can get beautiful boots. Italy, Japan makes beautiful boots. Leon, Mexico is known for making beautiful boots. So the USA brand, they do have those as well. So if you're interested in that, they have that as well. But if you're looking for a boot now and you want a quality boot that is just superb in every way, this would be it for you. Like I said, right now they have a rough out black, rough out brown. They have smooth on both colors. They have rough out on your bottom and smooth on the top with both colors. I can't say enough about the quality of this boot. And I wish I would have grabbed it, but I think I might next time. He had a boot cut in half with the cross section of this boot, and it looks, similar to this picture here. And I think I'll do a video on that cross section, just showing how they made this boot and what it's all about. So in that video, I'll go into more of a technical, process on what's this boot all about. For now, I wanted to unbox them. I wanted to show just how beautiful this boot is. And on the inside of the boot, you've got an all leather footbed, of course, where your foot will imprint. What they did a little bit different, which I found pretty cool, is they actually put a little bit of a cork filling in here. So your foot will imprint into that boot. And I know it does it with leather naturally, but also you have that cork underneath. It's going to add an extra layer of comfort, and it's going to mold to your foot a little bit better as well. What else can I say about this boot? Well, I could go through all this literature that I have but that's going to be for another video. I want to do an in-depth literature video so you can get, you know, the full spectrum of what this boot's about. This was just right now to go ahead and do an unboxing video and show you just how cool this boot is. And like I said, I'm going to wear them for a year straight with another pair of their boots, and I'm going to put them through all kinds of stuff. I'm just gonna work the heck out of them. And after a year, if they are ready for a resole, Kyle and I discussed possibly doing a resole on them, and then, you know, show how they can go ahead and take care of that as well. But for now, an unboxing video. In the next couple days, I will do a video of them on my feet, and I will go through a lot of technical stuff on them. Go ahead and get yourself a pair. They are $350. That is an amazing price for this boot, considering that I'm seeing boots out there that are the same as far as the specs go, pretty much, for double the amount of money. And Kyle just wanted to put a boot on people's feet that was the same quality or more or better than what you're getting right now for double the price. And you can instantly get this boot. And I got to say that new last they did, a 55-1, is so comfortable right out of the box as far as where your feet sit and how this boot sits on your foot. And I believe that break-in process is going to be a lot easier on your feet. Now, of course, you're still going to have to go through your break-in up here in the top part of your boot, because this is a stiff leather, which is awesome. That's what you want. You want that stiff leather. You want to break it in, mold it to your foot. And once it's broke in, I mean, it's your boot. You don't want to put anything else on your foot because it's already there. It's where all your little bends in your ankle are, and your feet, they're meant for you. So the cool thing about this boot at this price that I noticed some other manufacturers are not doing, they're making boots around the same price, but you can't rebuild them. You can rebuild this boot. So you could go ahead and resole it, resole it, resole it, rebuild it. Resole it, resole it, resole it, rebuild it. You probably get 2, possibly 3 rebuilds out of this. And for $350, you cannot go wrong with this boot. And at that point in time, when you go to rebuild, I'm sure you can, if you wanted to make any modifications, different soles, I'm sure they can accommodate you on that. Go ahead and check out bakersboots.com or bakershoes.com and drewsboots.com. If you need any accessories, if you wanted to get any of that stuff, Bakers will take care of you. Excellent customer service. One of the reasons I'm doing this is it's very hard to find the customer service that Bakers gives to you. They're not just in it to hand you a shoe off the rack and send you on your way. They sit you down. They make sure it fits. They talk to you about what you're going to be doing in this boot, making sure you're picking the right boot for the things that you're doing in your life. And they stand behind their work. I've had Kyle has been an absolute blessing in my life, in my boot life, because he has taken care of me in such a way that I haven't found anywhere else. So when they came out with this boot, I wasn't just interested in getting me some boots and trying them out. I was interested in seeing what they were about first, and then I saw what he was doing, saw the quality, and after talking to him, knowing that that's what his life is. He's all about boots. He's all about customer service, making sure the people are happy. So it's really refreshing when you can find a company and people within that company that actually care about the people they're dealing with and want to make sure that you're getting the product that is best for you. And when you find that, you kind of glom onto that company, and you feel like when you walk in and they know your name and know what your boots are like and ask you about how your things are going, and they're just a different brand of people. So I wanted to make some videos showcasing their boots. I wanted to talk to him in depth about what he was doing, and I'll go into further literature on these boots in another video. But just for now, if you're interested in this boot, it's a hell of a boot. And for the money, you cannot go wrong. And I don't feel that I don't feel that once I get these on my feet and get them broke in, I'm going to want to take them off. it just happens that way with this style of boot. Once you get them on your feet, they just become your foot. It's all leather, so it's all molded to your foot, and there's nothing like it. And so that's all about I got to say right now. But if you're interested in this boot, go to drewsboots.com. Get yourself a pair. $350. How can you go wrong? You can't. There's off-the-shelf boots that are of very low quality for the same amount of money. This boot is not that. And like I said, they are coming out with a 8-inch boot. So if the 10-inch is a little much on you, look for their 8-inch model to come in here soon on their website. And I got a sneak peek at one of their shoes coming out in the summer, their boots coming out in the summer, that's very similar to, or a cross between a work boot and a dress boot, very similar to the Iron Ranger / Wolverine 1,000-mile boot. And it's going to blow those boots out of the water. It is beautiful distressed leather. Zip, I won't say too much more, but what a boot. I'm looking forward to getting those on my feet as well. But for now, this is the unboxing video of the Drews Logger Boot. 10-inch, all rough out, 100 lug sole with the white X. And you are going to be pleasantly pleased if you go ahead and take yourself on their website and order this boot. I'm going to put them through the paces. In a couple days, I'll get some videos of me working in them on my feet. I'll go through the literature on the boot. I'm going to do maintenance videos and just kind of rotate these boots for the next year. And let's go follow my channel, like it, subscribe. Go ahead and click the link below for Baker's boots and Drew's boots. Get yourself a pair of these. Let me give you a little up close, and then I'm going to get out of here. Sorry this was such a long video. I'm just excited about this boot. I think it's something special. I think they have something that no other boot maker has for the price, and that is darn good quality boot. So looking forward to it. And there's their little imprint stamp there, Drew's Boots, established in 1918. That's all for today, folks. I hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button because I got more boot videos on the way. Thank you.